Hey, trigger warning before this video starts. This video deals with very serious topics such as mental illness, depression, suicide. So if any of that causes anything for you, please be advised.
Alright. Hi. This shit fucking sucks. I'm just gonna get into it. blackbear's new album is not good at all. I hate it. Now, this video isn't particularly going to talk about the music itself, in a way. Because it's just mediocre pop music. And pop music can be good. There's been a lot of great pop albums that released this year. Instrumentation on this album is just filler, mediocre, just blech. I'm going to be talking about more the lyrics and blackbear's personality in general. Now, to me, it's very troubling, and I just kind of want to talk about it, really. This is a very different video from what I usually make. It's still talking about music, but I'm going to be getting way more serious in this video. So, in case you don't know who blackbear is, in case you don't know who blackbear is a trap, pop, R&B artist. There's a lot of fans, a lot of accolades. My favorite thing that he's done is the fucking TMG Short Kings anthem. Fuck introductions. You know what? Fuck all that shit. I want to go into how this is very problematic. This album has a lot to deal with mental illness, depression, really. It's brought up on a lot of tracks here. So it's a very focal point. But the way blackbear talks about it feels very ingenuine to me. Now, before you get at me, okay, I know blackbear has pancreatitis. And I know that having such an illness can really affect your psychological well-being. I don't doubt that blackbear has some issues. But the lyrics on this album come off as such corporate, watered-down, surface-level way of describing this very serious pain and anguish. I think the most egregious example of what I'm talking about on this album is the song I Felt That. It's the song that mainly talks about a lot of what I'm talking about. Just this lyric is like one of the worst lyrics I've ever heard. You made me want to live, laugh, love, and now I want to die. Really? Really? Oh my lord. Just every song just gives off this fucking I'm 14 and this is deep energy. This feels so obnoxious and just so, I've said it before, but it feels so ingenuine. There's not much I can really say about the lyrics on this album. It's just like early high school white girl Instagram talk. You get broken up with once and your life is fucking over. This is where I start talking about blackbear's personality. I already said this, but blackbear gives off this 14, and this shit is so deep fucking bullshit. A lot of blackbear's tweets are just horrible. They're fucking, like I said, it feels like teenage girls on Instagram. People who go like, oh, I'm such human trash, and they just throw out I wanna die just willy-nilly, right? That's not depression at all. I can pull up so many examples. Just bam, 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 bam. I could go on for days. Now, the thing that strikes me as very corporate and fake about all of this is just that he does that shit, right? He tweets just surface level, corny bullshit, right? And his stans eat it up. All of his tweets just feel like a ploy to get attention, to get support from his fans, and then he tweets all of this shit, and then he posts just like a merch link He promotes his music so people are inclined to go and listen to it and support it, and it feels very disgusting to me. It feels morally just gross. He knows what he's doing. He is almost 30. He is putting everything in all lowercase on this album. The album is Everything Means Nothing. So he's trying so hard to relate to just a mass audience of people who don't understand truly what stuff he's talking about. And don't get me wrong, I am not gatekeeping mental illness here. That is disgusting. Like, I'm the only one who can have depression. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm just saying that this feels very corporate and just not real. It feels pandering, and that's what makes me pissed off. Like, the music itself is fine. It's just bland, shitty pop music. And when isn't there bland and shitty pop music out there? But, like, this just feels just like a product. And this is where I pull up the victim card. As a person who deals with mental illness and depression and anxiety just like every day, I've almost killed myself once. To see this just feels like I just got punched in the fucking chest. This feels so offensive to me, and I hope I'm not the only one that feels this way. I hope that I'm just not overreacting, or I'm the only one that feels offended by this. Because I know blackbear has a lot of fans, right? And I've talked with my friends, and they feel the same way. But I don't know about uploading this. Whatever, who cares? This feels very dishonest, and a lot of blackbear's personality feels very manipulative to me. In my eyes, I see it as very problematic, because you are glorifying, putting this type of commentary, it's very surface level commentary about serious issues like this, but nonetheless, putting this vibe out there over pop music just feels very washed down. You're not taking it seriously. You don't fully understand what you're talking about. I keep saying the same shit, but it's what I truly feel. It feels fake. I know blackbear deals with some shit. He has pancreatitis. I'm sure it affects him mentally, but the way you promote this type of behavior to a mass audience who feel like they act the same way, it feels very disgusting to me. I'm repeating myself. I want to end this video, but I'm like, I want to talk about this. I'm sure Matt is a nice person, but I cannot and will not support promoting this type of personality. Because what you're doing is making such a serious issue, you're just watering it down, and that's all your personality is. That's all it is. That's all you post on Twitter is how sad you are. And I'm not saying you can't be sad. I'm not gatekeeping sadness. Please, I hope someone feels the same way that I do, because I cannot put this into words that well. Just off the top of my head. I should have structured this video, but I want to make this video and get it out. I feel disgusted. I feel offended by this. By blackbear's personality, by this album. There's so many layers to this that I feel, it just feels vile. And I'm probably overreacting. And I hope I am. I hope 2 weeks later, I look at this video and I go, what the fuck were you thinking? And I fucking delete it or whatever. But I don't know. This just feels sickening. It just feels like those hoodies with like the definition of anxiety on it, and you're like raising awareness for mental health. That's not how you do it. It's so corny. You're glorifying it. blackbear's personality and the way that he promotes himself feels like you're turning depression and mental illness into a corporate product that's being sold. And I cannot I cannot vibe with that.
All right, a little clarification. I'm not saying you can't talk about mental health in music, in tweets. I'm not saying that. You definitely can. I'm just saying you can do this. You can talk about it in not a pandering or basically demeaning way. Blackbear just feels like he's pandering to a mass audience just so deliberately. Like, dude is almost 30. He titled everything on this album in all lowercase. All over this album, he's using a talk like 15-year-old girls on Instagram. Like, there's a lyric on here that says like big mood turned into a big mood swing. He's just using this language to pander to such a big audience about these serious issues, and it feels disgusting to me. It feels morally wrong, and I cannot support it, and I will call it out because I feel this way, and it feels absolutely horrid to me.
I feel it's disgusting. I feel it's morally wrong to do that. That's just how I feel about this whole situation. I don't hate blackbear as a person. I hate the way that he promotes himself. I hate the way that he uses social media and such a mainstream form of music like pop to just shill a bunch of corny, cliche, predictable bullshit about such a serious issue that I'm very passionate about. I'm just going to end it here. This video had no structure. I don't know how well it's going to turn out. I don't even know if I'm going to post this. But I just wanted to film this and just basically rant about this fucking piece of shit. I'm not going to do my usual outro. I just don't want to. Yeah. Bye.